nature of Delhi Sultanate was changing over a period of different dynasty in Delhi. Like Khilji dynasty was very powerful in Dear friends, today we will be talking about the nature of Delhi Sultanate, whether it was a secular state or a Muslim state or something different. Whenever we think about Delhi Sultanate, we know that it was a state which was completely ruled by Muslim rulers only, and they had also relations with Rajputs and Hindus in that time. But the point is that what is the main nature and the character of rule of Delhi Sultanate? We have three different conceptions about Delhi Sultanate, and we will discuss it now with some historical analysis. One of the first idea about Delhi Sultanate is that it was a state which was based on theoretical ideas. The other point is that it was a secular state. The third point that it was a militaristic state, the state which was completely based on the military rulership. All right. So let us discuss one by one. The first idea is that it was a theoretic state. In this theoretic, especially the idea of theology is very much important, and in this all the rules and the regulation of Delhi Sultanate was based on Sharia and Quran. All right, and the ulema were the very prevalent principles in Delhi Sultanate, especially the judges were used to be Maulvi. They were Muslims only. There were religious teachers in Delhi Sultanate, and all the important persons in the royal courts were Muslims only. Okay, according to this ideology, it was a Muslim state, and the point is that the Muslim saints were given very much prominence in Delhi Sultanate at that time. There are three important historians of Indian history who define that Delhi Sultanate was theoretic in character. Matlab it was a Muslim state. One such historian is that K.S. Lal, other historian is U.N. Day, and the third one is R.P. Tripathi. So these all three historians had forwarded a theory that Delhi Sultanate was a theoretic state. If you take some example, especially there were some Delhi Sultanate rulers who had taken official letters from Khalifa of Baghdad. One such example is from 1227-28 when Iltutmish had borrowed letters from Khalifa of Baghdad. The other important leaders were Balbans, who also wrote letters, Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq. There was only one such ruler of Delhi Sultanate, Mubarak Shah Khilji, who declared himself as a Khalifa. He didn't obey that there is a Khalifa in Baghdad. He himself declared as a Khalifa. But the important point is that there are some historians, especially if you talk about in that time, this whole period was a period of bloody war. Every empire, every dynasty, first of all the slave dynasty was established, then it was overthrown by the Khilji dynasty, then the Tughlaq dynasty came, then Sayyid dynasty, Lodi dynasty and all, and finally Lodi dynasty was also overthrown by the Babur, and who established Mughal Empire in India. So this whole period of 1206 to 1526 had been a period of bloody war. So especially Harvansh Mukhia is a very prominent historian of medieval India. He said that Delhi Sultanate was a compromised state. Compromise for which purpose? For the economic and political gains. So it was not a theoretic, it was a compromised state which main purpose to have economic and political gains only. They also made relations with Rajputs, other non-Muslim rulers in India. So it was a compromised state. So according to this idea, we can say that it was not only a theoretical state, because we have many examples where the Sultans had relations with Hindus also. Alright. So now let us see the other important idea about the nature of Delhi Sultanate, and this idea is about that it was a secular state. There are three historians, especially I.S. Qureshi, K. Nizami and Harvansh Mukhia. These three historians have forwarded an idea that it was not a theoretic state, it was not a Muslim state, Delhi Sultanate was a secular state. Now we can take some examples, especially the Sultanate of Delhi, the power of the king, which were known as Sultans. So the power of the king was very much great, and the Sultans were very much powerful. They had different type of relationship with Hindus and other religious people at that time. Their relations with Jain, Buddhists and other people. Alright, so the relation was very much different. We have one more example we have discussed in the previous area, in the previous line, that it was a theocratic state, and we say that all the posts were taken by Muslims only, alright, and all the decisions were according to Muslims' ideas, alright. But the important point is that there are this set of historians who say, especially Muhammad Habib and Nizami said, that all the decisions of Sultan in Delhi Sultanate were political in nature. Alright, it was political in nature. The decisions were not Muslim centric, it was political in nature, and whatever they had done, it was political. Alright, we can take some examples, especially the Balban had brought Jile Ilahi, and it was a concept of shadow of God, and this idea of Jile Ilahi was not a Muslim centric idea according to some historians. We have one more idea, especially according to this historian, this set of historians, they say about the Jizya. Since Jizya was established, it was imposed upon the Hindus, but important point is that Jizya was not a religious tax according to this historian. Jizya, especially if we talk about Greece, यूनान की बात अगर हम करते हैं, so Jizya was a pre-Islamic age. Jizya was imposed in Greece in the pre-Islamic age, before the Islam existed in the 7th century AD. It was a military tax and there was a khalas system also. So according to this set of historians, Qureshi, Nizami and Habib, Delhi Sultanate was not a theoretic state, but it was a secular state where everyone was given same type of steps. Now let us see the other important idea, and in this idea important historians is K.M. Ashraf and Peter Jackson. They have written very important writings on Delhi Sultanate, and these people argued that Delhi Sultanate was not a theoretic state, neither it was a secular state, but it was a state based on military idea, okay, and it was a militaristic state. We can take some examples, especially if we talk about K.M. Ashraf. He say that this symbol of Delhi Sultanate was based on power of force only. Especially these people were saying the rulers of Delhi Sultanate was dependent on power of force. They had captured many regions of India through power only. If we take example of Peter Jackson, he said that Alauddin Khilji, especially after 1295, he had made many changes in the military systems of Delhi Sultanate. Okay, and it is that these changes were done only because of Mongols fear. Mongols have attacked India at that time many times. All right. So Peter Jackson argues that Alauddin Khilji had maintained a powerful army. He had introduced Dag and Chehra system. Alauddin Khilji used to maintain about 4,75,000 personnel consisting of cavalry, infantry and elephants also. So according to these ideas, we can completely say, according to Peter Jackson, that it was a military state. Alright. If we take example of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he was very much interested in the military expeditions in Karachi in the year 1333. So according to these historians, we can say that Delhi Sultanate was a military state. But the important point is that we can take this example. If you see this map of Delhi Sultanate, this map of Delhi Sultanate was in the time of 1236 when Iltutmish died. But when Alauddin Khilji became king in this year, and when he extended empire to the South India, the map of Delhi Sultanate was extended to these regions. So these all regions were captured by Alauddin, and especially during the Khilji dynasty. Alright, and then very slowly and gradually it was being taken off from Delhi Sultanate by the Vijayanagar Empire and Brahmanic kingdom later on, especially when Hariyar and Bukka had formed the kingdom of Vijayanagar in the year called 1336. So according to ideology, we can say, according to especially this historian K.M. Ashraf and Peter Jackson, the Delhi Sultanate was a militaristic state. But K. Nizami has argued that we cannot say Delhi Sultanate as a militaristic state on the basis of its military strength. Any state like modern empire had also large military. Gupta had also large military. The British Empire had also large military. So the point is that on the basis of the military strength, we cannot claim that Delhi Sultanate was a militaristic state. So the debate is remaining among us, whether it was a military state, it was a theocratic state or a secular state. But the facts say that it was a mix of conditions. We have many evidences, like Delhi Sultanate was not one dynasty. Delhi Sultanate is comprised of many dynasties. They had slave dynasty, they had Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Lodi dynasty, Sayyid dynasty and all. So the nature of Delhi Sultanate was changing over a period of different dynasty in Delhi. Like Khilji dynasty was very powerful in its military term. Alright, Sayyid dynasty was no so much power in its military term. So we can't say the whole Delhi Sultanate was a militaristic state. Even we cannot say the whole Delhi Sultanate was a Muslim state or it was a secular state. So there is a mix of ideas, and you can understand through this perspective whether it was a military state, theocratic state or secular state. In the different videos, we will bring different topic for this. Thank you.